Confident and ready for action, the Bulls as they headed to the locker room earlier on. The hometown crowd certain to give them a warm welcome. Thank you for tuning into this Sunday afternoon 2K Sports edition of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for Josh Giddey.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
Down low. And for the Bulls, Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's White, then it's Ball, and it's Giddey in at the 3 slot. So Greg, it doesn't get much better than this, does it? Major playoff implications in this one tonight.
In this contest, seeding in the postseason can make or break a team's chances.
The shot from the low post is good. Wiggins surveying the floor. Back to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Rim. That's easier said than done.
Here's Giddey. And the layup's good off the glass. Giddey's got his second bucket of the game to go.
It's the help defensively.
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Opportunities from deep.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
About an opposing player, in this case, Andrew Wiggins. Coach said, I have tons of respect for Wiggins. 100% effort on both ends. Overall pick. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And Ball slams it in.
And don't be surprised when it is that Lonzo Ball rises up like that. He can get it done.
Well, it was Miami winning their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Back to Hero. And he dunks it down.
This is in the defense and then exploiting it.
Now here's Wiggins. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Hits it from 3-point range.
Superb at knowing when to take that triple.
Adebayo with a screen on Ball. To the paint, 2 on the clock, and Adebayo.
Yeah, getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim.
Can't answer back, the 3-pointer offline. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
And here is Mitchell. After the 3-pointer from Nikola Vucevic, pass to Mitchell from downtown. Buzelis grabs the board. Ball surveying the defense. Got that one up quick. Ball's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bulls.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And the Heat with some changes. Ware's checked in. And it's Anderson in for Jaime Jaquez. Here's Larson. Nothing on the board.
10 straight points in the paint.
Hero against Ball. Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Giddey. 5 on the clock. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries. Are the Heat now trailing here by 8. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension.
Ever, and remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association.
Now here's Anderson. 9-point game his last outing.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Ball with the bucket.
Or by tactic.
Here's Larson. Following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Going inside.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams.
It's all too often the team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Here's Vucevic, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
You don't see that too often, the fadeaway shot when he's wide open.
And so it's Chicago, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Eric Spoelstra here with us. A lot of three-pointers allowed in the first half. How do you limit that going forward?
Well, there's been some airspace issues. I mean, there are a couple easy ones where we didn't rotate over on the weak side, but we're just not making that extra effort to get to the shooters.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down.
They've had a drop-off that I don't think anybody predicted. Came into the season with high hopes. The chemistry just hasn't been there from the beginning. It's a disappointing year.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Chicago Bulls.
Dominant performance from this offense. As a fan, you just have to admire it and see what they're doing.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
They've got Kevin Huerter. Jalen Smith is out there with Williams. Then there's Zach Collins. And it's White in at the shooting guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. In the corner, it's Robinson. Here's the 3. Rebound by Smith. The Bulls leading by 9. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. Here's Wiggins. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Wiggins has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Miami. A big splash in free agency. But, Brent, why is that less common now?
Well, really the mechanisms for you to retain and maintain your star power has gotten easier for teams as they have gone out for big extensions to make sure that their star is shining brightest. Love the timing as Robinson comes off footwork there to get the catch and get the shot off.
Pass to Adebayo. Offline with the baseline jumper.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
The Bulls shooting their first foul shot of the game. And the Heat making a change here.
First team foul.
And that one falls for White.
Tenacity and toughness. Even with the big 3, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle, accountability, and will consistently be about their culture.
26 seconds left in the third. White, good.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but
Here's Mitchell. Scoreless thus far. Driving the lane, and then Mitchell at the dunk.
getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow. Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been kept back down to a 7-point margin, getting the points there from Anderson. And we've reached the end of the third. It's Chicago leading by 7. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Dissecting the defense with that play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court for the Heat, Tyler Hero out there with Robinson. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in its center.
And that energy behind Giddey's drive helping him get it done.
You can see how impressive that move was. Here's Hero. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And he's got the speed to get away from defenders. Giddey turning on the Jets there.
It's Hero with the drive. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found the hole in the D and went straight to the rim. Love seeing a point guard who can explode.
This is in the defense and then exploiting it.
Here's Hero. And another basket for Miami.
Offensively.
Ball from long range. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him, but again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
Here's Ball. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Hero from long range. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
And that time, Tyler Hero just so quick on the pull-up. Defense could not recover.
And Giddey gets it to go.
Going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Adebayo drives in. And Adebayo throws it down. David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. We have to play like we're tied.
Miami's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Yep, it counts.
Fighting the inside defender.
Here's Adebayo. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Chicago. And a wide open look for Hero. An intentional foul.
Tyler Hero. 3rd personal foul. 4th team foul.
It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Robinson for 3. Places one from 3.
And this is the time when you want to lock it down defensively. Thus far, not happening.
I'm looking out there trying to find one guy at least interested in playing defense. Not that last possession.
Second one is good. In both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it mattered the most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.